because as you coaxed me into the shorter line, I realized that the benefits of the long line are long-lasting and that there shouldn't even be lines to begin with because all they do is separate us from them, lost from holy hiders, from seekers, seers, from believers. You choose to walk, I choose to run. I say elogio, l'chaim, cheers, and finally bottoms up because as you take sips of communion, I take sips from an emoji chalice and hope to God I don't go to hell for falling asleep at church. As you sing hymns and wade in the waters of Christmas trees and mean nothing because you only go to church once a year, she replies, Alaykum assalam, my brother. You see, as you stand so strongly behind the Holy Bible, I struggle to stand from being bludgeoned by it. Tell me again how God managed to create so many beautiful types of trees, animals, people, tongues, and only one religion. And as we ride horses and as we sing hymns and wade in the waters of Christmas trees that mean nothing because you only go to church once a year, conquistadores rode on the backs of horses carrying books of religion. And you can't tell me that God intended for them to beat the next candidate at the next 100,000 innocent bystanders because their way of seeking spirituality was false, punishing them for seeing the beauty in the way the river cuts through this land or the magic in the way that lightning bugs bring stars into old cookie jars. As you explain this to me, keep in mind that my brothers and sisters along Spear Boulevard still walk a trail of tears forged by years of alcohol and denial because they feel they don't belong, and hey, why should they? Why should anyone feel they belong when German prisoners of war ate at a counter of a 1947 diner as black American soldiers were fed at the back door? Not to mention, the war that was being fought stood on the shoulders of good, bad, doctors, teachers, eloquent speakers, Torah readers. Another word for all of that, Jews. Reparations for years of sitting in the back of the bus or souls rising lightly out of smokestack chimneys into the heavens. Well, 60 years later, change comes in the form of a last name, Obama, and every year before that, Steven Spielberg manages to win another Oscar. So as the beautiful continue to flourish in the beautiful things that they do, we cut them off at the knees, taking, and forgetting to thank them for the latkes, enchiladas, pazuquinos, and fried chicken that they threw into our melting pot. And we point the finger and tell each other how we should worship. Last time I checked, no one tells me who and who not to love, better yet how to love. So why start telling me now how to love the omnipotent being that created messiahs like Martin Luther King, Mahatma Gandhi, Cesar Chavez, and the Messiah himself? The being that keeps the ocean ebbing and flowing and just enough sand on the shores to create thousands of sandcastles. As you explain this to me, tell me who the Messiah really was and which book he followed, because if he followed the rules in the book, the people behind him would have no fear, no reluctance, no faith in following him.
Hear Israel, the Lord is our God, the Lord is one. Blessed be the name of his glorious kingdom forever and ever. And these words that I command to you today shall be in your heart, and shall teach them diligently to your children, and you shall speak of them. And as you sit at home, and as you walk along the way, and as you lie down, and as you rise up, you shall bind them as a sign. Amen.
Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory of God forever and ever. Amen.
In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. Praise be to Allah, Lord of all the worlds, the most gracious, the most merciful, Master of the day of judgment. Thee alone do we worship, and thy name we seek. Show us a straight path, the path of those